Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at a new mod map release for Farming Simulator 19. This is Delusion by Norblin. It is 361.38 megabytes to download. And the description there says, welcome to the Delusion. The map has 127 fields including meadows, 4 sale points. Selling points on potatoes and sugar beet are separated. Biogas plant, sawmill, 4 buyable forests, very hilly terrain. Missions on the fields and transport missions and seasons ready. Doesn't say anything about precision farming ready, but you still will be able to use it. It will just use the base game mechanism, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So, bit of an unusual name for a map, Delusion, but we'll go and have a look at it. And here we are. So this is where you start off in all 3 modes. Right pretty much in the middle of the map, which is a bit odd because it's nowhere near our starting farm. So I'm in new farmer mode like I do all my map tours, and this is the map. Loads of fields, as it says. I think it said 127, didn't it? In new farmer mode we start off with this little area up here, which has got your farmhouse sleep trigger. It's got a farm silo, and we get field number 5 just up the top there. So like I say, we're down here at the minute for some reason, but that's where we start. The field prices vary, as you can imagine. Field 1's quite big, that's 517,000. Then we've got some tiny little fields. We've got some small ones up here. 108's only 41,000. 107, 276,000. As far as I can tell, they're all individual plots to buy, the fields. 182,000 there. There is some forestry areas to buy, so there's this plot here for 328,000. This one there, 233. I think this strip in the middle, and then this bit over here. Everywhere else is like the outside of the map, that costs 0 to buy. So whether that will help with any placeables or things like that, I'm not sure. We've got a biogas plant there which needs to be purchased before you can use it. That is 474,000, so fairly expensive. And as you can see on the map, everything is spread out, which makes this map feel huge. So what I'm probably going to do is cut up to our farm, and we'll look at all our equipment, slot counts, etc. like that, and then we'll start touring around. But for me to go from there all the way over to this far side, it's going to take quite a while, so I'll be cutting in and out a little bit just so it's not as long for you guys, but still showing you some of the landscape and the scenery, because it is quite a stunning map actually. It's got some lovely views with the hilly terrain, as it says, and it's got some sort of sweeping valleys. It's very picturesque, some of it. So we will, I think we've covered most of it. We will jump up to the farm now and we'll get cracking on with it. So here we are at our main farm, which you start off with in new farmer mode. So we've got our farmhouse, our silo, which is just a standard small silo, and then our equipment of an easy shed, and we've got a workshop there. All pretty standard in-game items. The one modded in thing is this farmhouse that I could find. So I'll just quickly show you that. That is obviously going to be under farmhouses. There you go. And that is sellable as well, which is pretty handy. So we come up to the door, sleep trigger there. Obviously we're not tired at the minute. So let's have a quick look at our equipment in new farmer mode. it is 772 slots out of 1299, which is quite high because you don't get a lot of starting equipment, but there is a ton of detail, and there's little farms and houses dotted around with little tractors inside them, and you'll see some of it as we go around, but it's got some stunning detail on there, so that's probably why the slot count is so high. But in new farmer mode, we start off with the Fendt Fabric 511C, Voucher A104, New Holland TX32 harvester, got the Strautmann SEK trailer, header for the harvester, got a cultivator, power harrow, got a seeder, a sprayer, a front loader with a bucket, pallet forks. Then we've got our grain silo. Like I said, it's only a small one, just takes your standard crops, 100,000 litre capacity. You've got your Easy Shed 1, vehicle workshop, and the old house. Now in the other two modes, farm manager and start from scratch, it will be 734 slots, and you will not start, you start off with all the same equipment up to this pallet fork, so you don't get the grain silo, the Easy Shed, the workshop or the house. So this area here is pretty much bare, so but all your equipment will still be here, so you could buy this plot and make it your own if you want to. Now in all of the modes, if you did sell everything off, it goes down to 614 slots, which is still fairly high, but it's because there's all this detail around the map. So what we'll do, we'll jump in the little Fendt and we'll just pull out a little bit. I'll just quickly show you, there is contracts available on here, like so. There is no animals as of yet on the map, so that's probably down to you to place them. There's the sale points. As you can see, we've got sale point 1, 2 and 3 and 4. That's going to be your main sale points, which will take all your standard crops. Like it says in the mod hub description, there's separate places for selling potatoes and sugar beets, as you can see, and the rest are all specific sale points. So the spinner will do your cotton and wool. There's 2 egg sale points. Sale points 1 to 4 will take milk as well, which is pretty handy. Sawmill's going to do your wood chips and your timber, and then barn will do your bales or your loose silage, grass, hay or straw. No custom crops. So there you go. Now we are going to head out of our farm and we'll head up to this area here, which has got a few sale points and a lime station on the map. There is traffic on here, which you'll see in a second, but it's got some lovely features, like all these little areas built up to make it look, you know, like it's lived in. Some lovely sort of unique, I'm on the wrong side of the road, unique buildings, just little bits of rubble lying around, things like that. The little forklift there and that warehouse, and like I say, that is coming up on the left, there's tractors in little farm areas, so that's why the slot count's quite high. But sometimes when you get a map like this that's got quite a lot of character, you don't mind that. And as you can see, the terrain just sweeps away. You can just look at the views you're going to get on this map. Steep sort of fields as well, so you're going to need to have decent horsepower machines, I think, for some of these areas, because if you're coming along here with a trailer full of grains or crops, you're going to struggle to get up this hill. And like this track here, look, it's different looking, it's sort of unique to the map. I mean, look at that, look at the way the fields just drop away. It's like that throughout the map, so it is very picturesque, as I said. Right, we will come round into the first of our sort of sell points. We've got a few on top of each other here. Just in front of us there, that is the barn sell point. You've got your egg sell point there just in front of us. There's your lime station just there, and then just round the back of the egg sell point is one of the main sell points just here. So that is sell point 1. So there you go, you've got sell point 1, eggs, barn and lime station. Now what I'm going to do is we'll come out and I'll cut to, I think we'll head up this way next. So I'll cut to you guys somewhere sort of around here when we've gone past our farm. Otherwise it's going to take me quite a long time to get around this map, I think. See all the trucks there, look, that's obviously bumping up the slot count, but it just looks like a proper place. Anyway, I will see you in a second. So we're just going past our farm again, which is where we come out of. Again, I like these ditches to our right there. Just nice little touches on this map. A few little areas of forestry. Different variation of trees in there. As you can see on the right, look at the way those fields just go up and then sort of over the brow of the hill. Nice and challenging when you're harvesting your fields and working in your fields. There doesn't seem to be any traffic on these roads. I think it's just sort of the main road with the painted lines in the middle. Again, we're going to sweep up now. I mean, you can even feel the little fence struggling a little bit on some of the hills. So you can imagine what it's going to be like when you've got a trailer full of things. Field 126. It's not very wide, but it's quite long. And again, look, it just drops away there down to the fields. You've got a bit of forestry in between. Very cool. So in here we have got sell point just there, which is sell point 2, and then we've got potato sell point just inside this building, just here, as you can see. So let's quickly show you what we did. So we came out of our farm, we went down, we visited this area, then we came out, I drove across, cut to there, up there, across. We're now at these two for the potatoes and sell point 2. I'll probably cut again as we come down this side and we'll go and visit the spinnery in the shop. So I will see you in a little while as well. So we're just coming down to the end of this road and we've got to turn right to get to the spinnery and the shop. As you can see, we've got more houses and sort of farms. You've got another tractor there with his plough on the back, trailers in there. Just makes it feel alive. I like it. I like maps like this. So we're probably going to have traffic again now because we've got the white lines going on. And then I think first of all will be the spinnery, which is in this area just there. As you can see, just right in front of us. So I'll quickly show you. We came out of there all the way down, and I brought you in about here, past all the sort of farm areas in here. We're now at the spinnery. Next door there's a fuel station, and then the shop is just pretty much next door to that. So there's your fuel station just there, and you can see the shop in the background. And again, we pull into here, lovely little statue out the front, and we've got a load of equipment outside. As you can see, a lot of tractors, trailers, ploughs. So there's your workshop trigger just there. You've got a cash machine there, and then your shop trigger, item, icon, whatever you want to call it, just there. So now we will come out of the shop and we will go down here, across, down past this forester area, and we'll visit the sugar beet sale point, BGA, and all this area here. So I might cut to it. I'll see how long it takes to get there, but if I do cut, I probably will about now. So we're just going past one of the forestry areas there on the left, which you can purchase, as I showed you earlier on the map. And then we're gonna dive down again. Look, just look at the scenery. Let's just take that in for a minute. Just very, very nice. So we will come up to, I think it's gonna be the sugar beet, wasn't it? Sell point, which I believe is just in here. There you go, just in front of us. We've got a big pile of sugar beets, and there's your trigger there to sell them. So if we come back out of there, down this track, we will come to our BGA. Bunker silos there, 2 of. There's an easy shed over there. Oh, that's where the sugar beets were, wasn't it? So your digester, tip in, sell point, whatnot's just there. And you've got your digestate pipe just there. So you've got quite a big area here. If you can manage to put anything down, whatever you so wish to, sheds or extra sheds or anything like that, if you've got a bit of BGA work going on. So then just here to our left, we've got our animal dealer. You can see the hazard hatched area just there. And then we come into this area, we've got 2 more sell points. I believe this one here is the second egg sell point. We'll double check in a minute. And then round the back is another one of the main sell points just in there. So we came out of the shop through there. I brought you back in around here, came through sugar beet sell point, BGA, animal dealer, yeah, sell point eggs 2 and sell point 4. Now we can cut along here and we'll visit the sawmill, because there's a few dirt tracks that you can take in between the fields, so it's not all about going along the roads. So just like this bit here, there's sometimes you do have to sort of drive on the edge in between the fields like this, which obviously isn't a problem. Just look at the way this sweeps away. I'm not even sure that New Holland harvester we start off with would cope with some of these fields, so you'd probably have to swap that out eventually if you were to buy any more. Because like I say, this fence struggling. Come on girl, you can do it. But it's just very, very nice and scenic. So we'll cut through here, hopefully without smashing into a tree. And we're back here on one of the sort of roads, and then we've got our sawmill just in here. Just to our left there, pile of wood chips, that's your sale point for that. And then your timber lumber sale point is just there, like so. So where are we going to head off to now? We need to get over to sale point 3, I think, and that is pretty much it, isn't it? So I think I could probably cut along here again and through sort of up round like that. So I might drive along this track just to see what the scenery's like, and then I might just cut a little bit into it. But we're doing quite good, quite well. No, that's not yet, is it? We need to go around the corner. I'm just trying to get my bearings. I had a quick look round like I always do, but there was 3 maps that came out yesterday, so I did one of them late last night and released it this morning, and now I'm home from work and I'm trying to do this one, and I've still got Riverside Farms to do by Missy B as well at some point, so it's going to be a busy evening, I think, as long as the wife doesn't mind me doing anymore. She's not glaring at me, so that's a good sign, I suppose. Yeah, so look, I thought I'd keep it here. Look at that for scenery. That possibly, no, that's the wrong one, let's turn that off. That possibly could be my thumbnail. I'll put that back on because it does help, especially on a map tour. Right, I'll probably cut now a little bit until we get near that last sale point. Right, so we're back on the road. As you can see, we've climbed up fairly high for this one. Got another sort of farm there, or house. You can see how high up we are compared to everything else. But just inside here, lovely bricked wall, we've got our final sale point, which is just over here under this cover, like so. So yeah, I come out of the sawmill, I went along, cut along this track, and then I managed to cut through here, and I split between these 2 fields as well, and then we came down and brought you back in around here, and we're at sale point 3. And that, I think, is pretty much all of it. I think I've been through everything. Just checking my notes. Yeah, pretty straightforward one. So that is it. I hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.